All right. Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome to stream. Dude, I'm so tired. Oh, shoot, I forgot to doodle. Bro, I'm actually not even here. Hang on. I'm just gonna talk for a second. How is everybody doing? Hang on, I can do this in like 5 seconds. Hold on. Hold on. Literally, hold on. Literally, hang on. No, it's fine. No, it's literally okay. No, it's like, you don't even need to worry about it. One? Hold on. No, it's okay. No, it's fine. It's literally okay. Okay, great. Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? Doing bad. Tired, but fine. That makes two of us, right? You're splendid. That's great. I'm glad that you're feeling splendid. Hello. Ugh. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Have we done anything interesting since the last time I was here? Yes, art time. I'm cold. I don't know why I'm so cold. I'm like, I'm usually not this cold. I'm wearing a sweater and everything. Like, I don't know why I'm like so chilly right now. Currently playing Splatoon and watching Vibes. Sick right now, but I'm so ready for this stream. I'm currently working on a short comic. Excellent, wonderful, brilliant. Sitting framed ink for a bit now. Really great book. I have no clue what that is, but I believe you. But marvelous. Welcome in, everybody. Today, a really nice calzone. I'm fueled to draw. We love a good calzone. I don't think I've eaten a calzone in a really long time. Rearrange my room and I can't find my TV remote. That's the worst, isn't it? When it's like, you're like, oh, I want to clean, and then you clean, but then you realize you had controlled chaos and now everything is gone. No Tomodachi life! A Wokadachi life? You mean you mean Wokadachi? The game of the year is what you're talking about? It's so true. So true. I'm literally oh, this game needs to come out yesterday, bro. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I watched my fiance play the demo like twice, and we made a bunch of our friends and like a bunch of our D&D characters. It's so funny. Dude, it's so good. Dude, I'm so excited. Oh, the best. Woke Tendo is so back. Hello, my love. Oh, speaking of my fiance, everybody point. Everybody point at Scarecrow Sketch. Everybody point at him. Everybody point. Say hello to my fiance. Scarecrow Sketch in chat. Everybody point. But yes, as the stream says today we are going to be learning how to draw better comics. Focusing on speech bubbles today, actually, as part of layouts. So we're going to be doing that today. Comics are no joke. They take really damn long, so we're gonna skip the art show off today. We're gonna be skipping submissions because I want to work on a comic, and it's gonna take a bajillion years, so I have to be fast. So I'm gonna go through the notes as fast as I can without being incomprehensible. I'm not gonna redraw notes. I'm gonna use notes that I taught really recently. We're just gonna go through those as quick as I can so that I can actually get to the comic drawing part, because bubbles are not a quick lesson. They usually take a really long time. So I'm gonna try and be really, really fast with them. But if you don't know me and don't know too much about the studio, hey, my name is Jessie. I'm one of the instructors here at Wing Canvas. There are many other instructors here. I specifically specialize in comics and creatures and character design. So stick around if that is what you're interested in. All right. Let's get going. Again, I want to move fast. I want to get past the notes fast, so then I can actually get to the drawing part, because I really want to draw a comic, and I haven't drawn a comic in a really long time. So let's go. Let's dig. Let's zoom. Speech bubble placement and design. All right. Speech bubbles I always find are the toughest part of comics. They're always the hardest ones. Hello. Hi Kevin. But yeah, speech bubbles are the toughest part of comics, I've always found. They're the ones where it's like whenever I'm giving feedback, they're the ones that people always tend to struggle with. It's the one where I'm always like, you could have probably done this a little better. So we're going to be focusing on much, right? Because speech bubbles are tough. They have a lot of nuance, right? And they can be difficult to place in an interesting and creative way. So you want to think of your bubbles like a character. They should be one of the centers of attention. You can't place them at the last second. You need to consider their placement in the overall composition, right? They must be readable, they must be interesting, and they must be intelligently placed, right? So a really big thing that happens when people put down speech bubbles is they don't think about where to actually put them in the composition while they're drawing, right? Because drawing speech bubbles is a very, very different sort of thought process than just illustrating, right? When we're used to just doing an illustration, we're thinking of how to place the characters, we're thinking of how to do the background, we're thinking of all that. Speech bubbles introduce a whole new element that we also have to balance, right? But just because it isn't an illustration itself doesn't mean that we just get to push them off to the side. You have to treat your bubbles as if they are a character, that you should be just as balanced within the scene as the character is. Right, so if we took this example, right, we have these two guys sitting here, and I drew in this whole composition. Without the bubbles, it looks fine, but with the bubbles, we have no room left, so we gotta squish them off to the side. So this feels, it's smushed, feels like an afterthought, right? We don't want to draw our bubbles like this. So, how do we fix that? So, two kind of examples that I tend to do is, I'd like to call the first one the cover-up. That's this one right here. So it's covering the non-essential parts of the panel and what isn't necessary to see for this part of the dialogue. So if we want to keep this composition the same, you really, really don't want to move it, then realistically these bodies and this edge of the chair, you don't really need to see that anymore. So what you could do is just cover it up, and it's like these parts of the composition would be gone, but they're not the important parts. The important parts that we're looking at are the faces of the characters and, like, just their general disposition, so you don't really need to think about that too hard. And you can cover that up, that's totally fine. Or, the one that I tend to do the most is the rearrange, right? So changing the composition altogether to better fit the speech bubbles, right? So two ways that you could do that. One is just change it outright. So instead of, because the bodies aren't super, super important, what you could do, hi TF, what you could do is just have the two characters on the bottom, right? The important thing is their expressions, so if you draw them with only their expressions, you leave enough room for two big bubbles directly in the center. Or what you could do is shrink them, so then you can have a bigger sort of background, and then there's more empty space that you can then fill with the bubbles instead. A thing you might notice me doing here as well is you can see that I put this speech bubble behind the chair, right? So don't be afraid to also, like, think of your speech bubbles as part of, like, a three-dimensional space, right? So it's not like you necessarily have to be like, oh, my speech bubbles have to be on top of everything. They don't need to be, right? Think of your speech bubbles as like a piece of like presentation cardboard, like a piece of like Bristol board that you're putting within the scene, right? If you've ever seen Into the Spider-Verse, if you've ever seen any of the Spider-Verse movies, especially in the first one, right, where it's like Miles gets like the spider powers and like the he starts to have like text bubbles show up in the space around him, and it's like they're almost like pieces of like paper, like that sort of enter this three-dimensional space, right? Treat your bubbles like that. That's totally fine. Treat them as if they are actually part of the space. So that's the other way that you can do it. So either you can cover up stuff or you can rearrange it sort of around. Bubbles are a form of leading lines, and if you don't know what leading lines are lines that pull a viewer's attention in a certain direction across a composition, right? So when we are drawing in our bubbles can also be used to lead a viewer's eyes around the entire scene, right? Bubbles aren't just like, oh, we're putting it there and it's just another thing on the thing. No. We are reading, right? Remember that comics are a form of literature, right? So our eyes will naturally go to words first. So you want to place speech bubbles in a way where readers will follow the composition in the intended direction. Say we're reading left to right, the top left has the highest priority and your bottom right has your lowest priority. Right? So let's say we're taking these two examples here, right? We have some dudes, they're being chased by a tiger adjacent thing, right? Or a cheetah adjacent thing. These two dudes are here, and we say you put your speech bubbles right here. Is it correct? Technically, yes, but this feels very static and unmoving because our movement is trapped. If we only have our bubbles over here, our eyes are going to go here first. We're going to go up here first, and we're going to read this one and this one, right? Which is the correct order, but we have nothing over here anymore. So all of our movement is trapped in this one section of the box. By comparison, let's say that we start our first bubble here, we have our second one here, and our third one here. This moves across our composition. This lets us see the whole picture, right? So instead of having all of our movement trapped here, we start here so we can have it adjacent to the tiger cheetah thing, and then we can slowly move across the composition and move in the same direction that they're running. Right? So now it's like we can feel that movement moving throughout the whole composition, and we're not just stuck there. Different speech bubbles will change the intention of the text. Different speech bubbles change the intention of the text. You have your speed, your volume, your intensity, etc. Text formatting also assists with spoken intention. If you're only using text in the same format, it doesn't evoke enough emotion. Okay, you want to change your text alongside your bubbles to really let readers hear your writing, right? So that's another thing that I see a lot of people do, is they use just the exact same type of bubble, the exact same text, right? And it doesn't really evoke any emotion. You're not doing enough, right? If you have somebody who's shouting, right? Somebody's saying stop, right? There's one thing that, a lot of people will do, it's like they just do the circle, this, and they're like, stop, like that, and that's whatever. Let's say you change the bubble, and you make it more explosive like this, and you go stop, but you keep the text the same. That's fine. You can make it better. You can italicize it, bold it, and this is great too. But if they're really frantic, stop typing, get out your pen, write the text yourself. A lot of things will look a lot better if you handwrite it yourself, right? And there are obviously different intentions you can do too. This sort of wobbly one where it's like stop, like they're feeling really upset, or they're weak, or they're sad, right? Or it's very stern. It's less frantic. This is more like a stop. It's you really a strong, bold stop, right? Bubbles and text go hand in hand to evoke different sounds and feelings. With terrible handwriting. I mean, if you've got quote-unquote terrible handwriting, then this is probably great for you. If you've got somebody shouting and they're looking frantic, we don't want that text looking beautiful, right? And you want to get creative. We want to use different bubbles for different things. When we're making our own, you just got to keep the style and the intention consistent, right? So there's lots of different types of bubbles. We'll be going over a few of them. There are lots of different types of bubbles that you can make, right? And use, right? There are some very standard ones, and I'll be going over some of the standard ones that you'll see really frequently. But there are some that you can make on your own as well, right? You can come up with creative solutions for bubbles. So one that I do a lot, because I play a lot of fantasy things, and you got a lot of people who could use telepathy. So when people are speaking telepathically, what I do is I create a bubble that does this. And the end is the think thing, and then if it's directed at somebody, then I have another tail doing this. So it's the thought is being sent over to the other person, right? And it's that's my solution to a telepathic thought bubble, right? And obviously, it's you can do different things, but you can do whatever kind of bubble you want, so long as you keep it consistent and you use the same bubble for the same type of thing over and over. It's fine. You can do whatever the heck you want. So this is your standard one, right? Your standard bubble, not too much emotion. It's the most used one, right? So some people will have them perfectly ovular, and we'll do this. It's that's the very common one. Personally, I like to make mine a little more rectangular. It's just easier on the text. That's me personally. That's a personal stylization choice. But that's the one you're going to use most of the time. So I'm saying oh, you can mix them up, you can have fun with them, but most of the time you're going to be using this one. This one is the stern but not shouting, so it's you got some sharper edges to things, right? So this one is for heated conversations. So if this one is okay, got it. This one's okay, got it, right? So it's they're stern. They're okay, man, So that one's there too. This one is they're shouting, they're loud, and they're frantic, right? So this is for explosive emotions. Isn't necessarily angry, isn't necessarily happy, isn't necessarily that. It's just explosive emotions. Things that are explosive. They're meant to be louder. They're meant to be, right? So it's we've got, okay, got it. We've got, okay, got it. And this one's okay, got it, right? So it's you've got something that's louder and more shouty, right? This one is our wobbly voice, right? So this one is sadder or unsure or nervous, right? So this one is more anxious, for more anxious emotions, right? So this one's okay, got it, right? So this one's somebody who's a little unsure, a little more anxious, a little more wobbly, right? So it's you have kind of a wobbly bubble to go with that, and a wobbly tail as well. This one's like flowery, so this one's like peppy and upbeat, so these are for more cheery emotions. So this one's like, okay, I got it, right? So it's like, this one's really cute and like cheery and flowery, right? This one, you start loud and then you falter. You can also put this little, like, thing on other ends, so it's like, sometimes I'll do that if, like, somebody's getting scared. So it's like, if they're going, like if they're like, oh... Like, if they're going like, oh, right? So it's like, you might do that. And then it's like, it goes into that shouty bubble, right? So, like, you might have that second half like that. But it's just one emotion going into the other. So this one is like, you starting loud and then you falter. So it's like, this one could be like, okay, got it, right? So it's like, you've had like those two emotions going into one another. This is the standard whisper. This is the one where you just break up the line. You can apply that to anything. Realistically, you could take any of these other speaking bubbles, you can put the broken lines on there, and then it's like they're whispering. Because, you know, we have like, you can just be standard whispering, you could like be like whisper shouting, right? Some people who are like, okay, I got it, right? So it's like, you can be like, okay, got it, or like, okay, I got it, right? It's like, you can have different ones, right? So as long as this broken line thing is there, it means they're whispering. And you've got the think bubble, right? So this can be applied to any type of bubble as well, similar to this one. It's like, you can, sometimes you're screaming in your head, right? Sometimes you got that going on. So as long as the tail is a bubble trail, then it's like, that's a thought instead. Some people do like the full like cloud thing, which is fine. It's very old school. I tend to like to do it more minimally just because it's easier to fit text in there. But how you do it is up to you. Again, it's another stylistic choice on my end. There is a typical comic font, and it looks like this. This font is actually available to download for free. It's called Anime Ace 3.0 from the website Blambot. Blambot, yeah, they allow it for free use for indie creators and just artists in general. So as long as you download it with the free license, it's all yours. Yeah, you can use whatever you can use whatever font you want, realistically. Some people also handwrite if they like to. You can tell that I do a lot of handwritten comics, just on my own handwriting. But you can use whatever you want, realistically. It just has to be a readable font. So you don't want any script or deco fonts. So if you have, like, very script-like handwriting, like, very script-like text, like, if you show up and your comic is, like, if you show up and all of your comic looks like that, that's a bit much, right? Like, that's a little bit much to work with. So you don't want any script, you don't want any deco or decorative fonts, just as long as it is readable. Very typical for comics is sans serif fonts, but you can use a serif if you'd like. If you're a freaking square, I'm kidding, you can do whatever you want. But, like, just as long as it's not a script or deco, you just want it to be readable, is all. Alright? Hey, look at that. I did this whole lesson in like 15 minutes. That's not too bad. That's pretty great, actually. Usually it takes me about an hour because I have a lot of more, like, what do you call it? If you're a maniac. I usually have a lot more, examples and stuff, but I wanted to get past this fast. This is stream 144. Cool. And awesome. And epic. Hopefully that made sense to people. Because I'm not gonna go over it again. I'm kidding. If you have questions, feel free to ask. But I haven't done... Like, I mean, I guess I did do a single comic page recently. But I'm like... I love comic work, and I don't get to do it that often, so I'm like, I don't get to do it that often for stuff other than personal work, and I'm like, I really want to draw a comic. I love comics, dude. They're just fun. What's the size for a comic sheet? Realistically, you can do whatever you want. It depends on if you're printing or if you're, like, just keeping it digital. If you're keeping it digital, then if you're uploading it somewhere, you need to look at the site restrictions. If there are any. Otherwise, realistically, you can do whatever the heck you want. Standard American comic book size is about, it's, 6.5 by 9 inches tends to be your standard one, not including margins and stuff like that. No, here's the thing, actually. Stardust. That's a Stardust artist. There's a lot of creators who do that, actually. It's very common. A way that I used to do it when I was younger is instead of bubbles, each character was assigned a different color, and all of their text would match whoever the character was. So there was no bubbles. You would just read it as if it's like a novel, but like all the different font colors were how you would know a different character was speaking. There is a comic that was originally online and then they made it digital, or they made it physical. It's called Spira, and every chapter is a different artist. It's actually phenomenal. It's beautiful. It's really cool. Many word sentences would be ideal for speech bubble. When I early struggle squeezing too many sentences in one bubble. Honestly, 1 to 2. Like, you should not have, like, over 3 sentences in a bubble. If you feel like you need another sentence, it's usually best to just create a new bubble. Really. A lot of comics are show don't tell. Sorry, I have to do a thing. So the way that I plan out comics is I have to, like, I don't have, like, there's professional ways to do it where you have, like, thumbnails and, like, you script write and stuff like that. Not me. I just, off top of my head, and I'm like, hang on, this is actually too large for me. Let's go with that. That's better. Not me. I just kind of, like, I think for a second and I go, okay, I think I like that layout, and then I go, like, I do actually have, like, a half script off to the side because I had, like, a thought process. Here's my thing, is I really hate writing in front of people. I don't really love coming up with dialogue while people are there, so it's like, if I am writing, it's usually when nobody is around. And, like, so, like, if I'm doing a comic in front of people, I'm like, I'm gonna write beforehand. Like that. Because I'm like, I don't want you guys to watch me fumble with words for a bajillion hours. And I'm like, I would rather you just get to watch the smooth, like, process. Speech will carry you through the story, exactly. That is how speech bubbles should be, realistically. So these red lines that I have up here, these are like my margins. It's like, that's how I make sure that all my boxes stay kind of consistent. I like to do my boxes by hand as well. I don't like using a tool because it just doesn't feel as nice, I find. And again, my comic process, don't do what I'm doing right now. I have, like, the whole layout in the back of my head, and I'm just like, okay. And I go with it. Like, I don't really have, like, you should thumbnail, you should, like, do all that. I don't do that. I just, like, I'm like, okay, what kind of boxes do I want for this? Okay. And then I know what each panel is gonna have, just in my brain. Yeah, yeah. Oh no, it's all in my head. It's all there. I know exactly what I'm doing. Don't worry. What a big brain you have, Red Riding Hood. Yeah, but don't mind me. I still have to think, so I'm still sitting here. My PNG tuber was unlocked for a second for some reason. That's interesting. Okay. I guess I unlocked it by accident at some point. I'm actually stealing a strategy I saw from Evie at one point. She did something cool with her boxes once, so I was like, oh, that's actually pretty sweet. No, see, you shouldn't do that though, unless it's like the end of the... But there's another layout that I'm gonna steal though. That's pretty cool. Hi, Paula. Welcome in. How are you? Oh, see, I wasn't even going to respond, Kevin. Festival host by my job's at 7:15. Oh god, that's so long ago. I'm so sorry. $7 a.m.? Horrible. Hi, Evie. I'm feisty today? Not me. I'm too tired to be feisty. Got home at 3. Nice. Oh, did you? Yeah. The, like, thinner panels in the middle? I'm stealing that. I saw you do that a couple times, and I was like, I should probably do that more. It's a cool layout. It's okay. You actually haven't missed... You missed the entire lesson because I speed ran it, but you didn't actually miss any of the drawing portion, frankly. Like, you're here, like, in the perfect amount of time. Don't worry. Thinner panels in the middle, yeah. For smaller actions, for insert shots. Like, I think that'd be cute. For smaller kind of things. Another piece of advice that I'll give you as well, if you're, like, drawing... if you're drawing things that are going to be cut off by the panel... Like, don't, what do you call it? Don't just draw them cut off. Draw the entire thing. So then you can erase when necessary. Yeah, draw them anyways. Draw them just like in full, regardless. Because then you'll get the proportioning right. Like even if you're gonna erase it, sometimes it won't actually fit in the area that you're drawing it in, so it's like what I tend to do while I'm sketching is I draw it off to the side, draw the full thing off to the side, and then I move it over if necessary. And that tends to be a little bit easier to work with. And again, I'm don't do what I do, because I'm very straight ahead. I don't like... I don't thumbnail. I don't like, which is not good. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, you should thumbnail, you should plan stuff out, you should have your script off to the side. Like, that's the right way to do it. I'm impatient, though. So I just, like, I go, like, I have a very basic idea of what I want this to turn out to be. And then I'm like, okay. And then I just start doing it. Like, I don't really think. You should also use reference. You don't draft it? Nope. I said it a little bit ago, I do have, like a very, like, this time I do actually have a script off to the side, because, like, I don't like writing in front of people, because I find I tend to fumble on the words that I want a lot, and a lot of the time I'll be, like, changing things, and, like, I find it weirdly embarrassing as well, so I tend to not write in front of people, so, like, when I am, like, doing a comic, I'm doing it in front of people, I tend to, like, write off to the side, or already have a plan for what I want them to say. But realistically, you should thumbnail, you should do all the right things. I am built wrong. So... Hi. Babe, you'll never guess who this is. You're all good, Paula. There's always the fun. You'll never guess. Impossible to guess. Who is Jesse drawing Impossible Edition? Never. Ah, you got me. No. Indeed. Oh yeah, storyboarding. Storyboarding is really important. Yeah, no, you should. You should always do that. I'm impatient. And I just kind of go for it. Because I'm very much the type where I'm like, if I don't like it later, I can just add the panels back in. Yeah, I storyboard as I go. Like, I'm very... Which again is not great practice. Don't listen to me. Don't use Photoshop, use CSP. Me, a Photoshop user. But no, there are some things that I like in Photoshop that CSP just doesn't have. But CSP is easier on the wallet, I'll tell you right now. CSP's not that hard. No, I find Clip is actually very easy. I use Photoshop because of my school. I grew up with Photoshop because my dad's a photographer. So it's like this Photoshop has been my program since I was a kid. Like, I have never had any others. And like, you can't see it on the bottom here, but like, if I hover, you can see I actually do have Clip Studio. Like, if you see that little white box that showed up for a second there, like, I do have Clip Studio. I just don't use it. It's my backup as my, like, just in case. But yeah. I find that it's, like, for me, because, yeah, I grew up on Adobe, like, it's, like, there are small things in Photoshop that, like, I just can't live without anymore. I'm like, they're just small little, quality of life things. But, like, like, because of, like, the programs that I grew up with, anything that is more simple, anything that is simpler than Photoshop, I can't use. Because, so, like, CSP is really nice for me, like, Clip is really nice. I cannot use Procreate, cannot use, like, it's too simple. I'm like, it does not have enough bells and whistles for me. I'm like, I find they're too... They just don't have enough. Is my thing. So this is the problem with drawing Cricket, is Cricket has so many freaking eyes, so I have to adjust every single one each time I draw it. CSP and Krita and Procreate are my backup. I hate Krita. I'm sorry. I can't stand Krita. I just don't like how it handles. Keeping momentum in a long project, thumbnail 20 pages. I kind of want to start drawing and inking now. Then do it. Who's stopping you from from inking? I'm the type of person where I have to jump around in my process in order for me to keep interest. So I'm like, some of my like pages are like inked and some of them are like only sketched and some of them are colored. It's like keeping momentum is keeping interest for yourself. And sometimes as well, I find that like like, sometimes if you, like, share your project with other people and they get interested, having that external, like, enthusiasm actually helps a ton as well. Like, having friends that are also, like, interested. Photoshop are way too expensive. No, true. Ugh. I'm sorry, I also can't stand Magma. Magma's too simple. I'm like, it's fine for what it does, but I'm like, I can't use it. It is completely fine if you use Krita. You can use whatever the heck you want. I just have very specific wants and needs. Yeah, no, exactly. It's just personal preference. Like, some people just don't like things, and some people do like things, and that's completely okay. Thank you. Don't know how to get used to digital? Draw digitally more. We're old and stuck in our ways, and Adobe knew exactly what they were doing. They did. Oh. Adobe was and is industry standard for a reason. Procreate selection tool and text tool weren't so clunky. I was talking about this with students the other day, actually. I find I don't love how Procreate handles because Procreate just feels so digital. Like, I grew up working analog, right? Like, I grew up working traditionally. And, like, I love, like, being able to continue to, like, add an analog feel to my work. And Procreate just is not good at that. Like, I find that Procreate brushes and how Procreate handles is very, very, like, digital. And it's like, again, that's not a bad thing. If that's what you want for your work, then that's great. But I'm like, for me specifically, I'm like, I find that I just don't love that it's so smooth. It's just so, like, it like, thrives on very, like, a minimalist sort of, like, forms and whatnot. And it's like, that's just not how I like to work. Hello. We can't give them spoilers. The best part is giving your friends spoilers. No, it's literally so fun to be able to chat with your friends about the spoilers for your own stories. Genuinely. I love doing that stuff. That's one of my favorite things ever. What's my recommendation for programs? Clip Studio. You should use Clip Studio. Best bang for your buck. And it has, like, it has a lot of artist support. It's not a free program, but it goes on sale all the time. Got a great selection of brushes, both made by the team and by artists alike. Great, great program. Clip is an amazing program. Yeah, you should use Clip. Kevin? Kevin! I'll find you. I know where you live. I'm just kidding, I don't. I only have the vague perception. See, here's the problem, is it's like when you do a more complicated pose and you have that in your head, it's like you have to kind of rework it a bunch of times in order for it to work. Yeah, Krita... Yeah, my thing with Krita is it's like, Krita is not that bad of a program in itself, but the fact that it's so weird means that its learning curve is huge. And, like, if you were to ever switch off of Krita later on, because realistically Eclipse Studio is a better program than Krita is, like, the learning curve for that is monstrous, because, like, Eclipse Studio is very similar to a lot of industry standard things. So it's like you'd have to be careful with that front as well. You do? Aw, Evie, you gotta tell me. True. My fiance made this character, Takan, in Tomodachi Life, and he is afraid of string. Wokadachi Life, yeah, it's... Painting comic for a while, and I should just start. I always put it off to improve. Same thing with coloring. Do color can feel hesitant to start. That's the problem, is that you're hesitant. How will you improve if you never do it? Here's the thing, is that people who are like, I just won't start this thing until I improve. And I'm like, okay, then what's your threshold? And the problem is that most of them don't actually know what their threshold is for what they will want to improve. Because guess what? You never stop improving. That's the secret, is that you never actually stop improving, right? I drew their whole bodies, and it's like they're gonna get cut off. Like, realistic, all that's gonna show up is this, bro. Like, it's gonna get... I drew them. It's like... I can never stop myself. I can't stop. I can't. Bro, I can't. I just realized, I'm like, why did I draw all of this when most of it is gonna get cut off? Why did I do that? Instinct. Instinctual response, that's what it is. Ugh. Oh, Jesse likes my terrible comment. Your comments are not terrible. You're great, Evie. SMH. Be kinder to yourself. Yeah, exactly. Draw every day. You'll see the improvement eventually. A lot of drawing is just observation as well. It's like some people are making it so complicated when it really doesn't have to be. And I'm like... Like, trust me, man. LMAO. Yeah, most of this is just gonna be erased anyway. Oh, that's so funny. My hubris, my arrogance. I should redraw this hand. Ugh. Hands always hurt. Yeah... Sometimes you just get, like, a hand where it's like, I'm usually completely fine with hands, and then sometimes you get one where you're like, why is this not happening? It's like, why is this not working? Literally how I feel right now. Literally the issue at the moment. Your hand's so small! Oh my god. You're designed to have small hands. Why are they not handing right now? This is not happening. Huh? Question? Say it again. I tend to improve most when I need to, like uni project when I need to learn something to meet the project's criteria. I tend to improve the most when I become obsessed with a new thing. Oh, somebody's asking about canvas size? Yeah, whatever the heck you want. Realistically, like, honestly, like, it's, if you're working digitally, it can be whatever you want. I'm just gonna dude, why is this actually murdering me right now? Sorry, I'm not... Bro, I'm so used to drawing longer, thinner hands. I'm like, if I'm doing any other type of hand, it feels weird. But, like, realistically, you should draw a bunch of different types of hands, because just very similar to same face syndrome, people have different hands and different anatomies, and you should get used to that. There's a problem with connecting the hand to the arm. Where are the wrists? Watch this, alright? You see what I'm doing right now? Okay. Shoulder bit. Woo! Shoulder bit. Wrist bit. Take a line, you connect to the center of those. Take a perpendicular line right there, that's the elbow. Boom. You should draw the hand in first, and then you draw in the rest after the fact. It really only works if it's from the side, though. Like, it doesn't totally work unless you're working from, like, the side, or, like, if you don't have foreshortening applied. If there is foreshortening, that method doesn't work, but, like, it's great if you're doing, like, a very simple... Yeah, draw the hand first. Like, don't draw in, like, the whole arm, and then the hand, draw in the... Why do I add... I don't need to add their tail. It's getting cut off. It's literally getting cut off. I don't know why I do this to myself. Oh, it's so funny, dude. Copying pages of comics to practice a good way to overcome the hesitation. No. A good way to overcome the hesitation is to just do something. Frankly. Which is, like, easier said than done, but here's your little push right now. Here's literally your little push. Go do it right now. I'm telling you right now, go do something. Like, I'm literally saying right now, go do something. Once again, I draw in something and it's gonna be, like, completely cut off, but, like, whatever. See, that hand is just fine. That's perfectly fine. I'm like, I don't know why the other one is such a so tough, man. It's like I do this, and then watch this, right? You just erase everything around it. And then now it's in the two panels that you want. Or in the panel that you want, right? And now it's all proportional as well. You don't have to worry. See, I did all that, and all of it's gone. Like, I did, like, all of that, and it's just, like, nothing left, bro. Oh, that's so funny. I do it to myself. I always... This is the problem, right? Ugh, it's funny. Save that, made a copy and then erased. No. I'm not gonna use it. Who needs it? Still start up some notes out there. Exactly, yeah. No, it's important to do that. You see, I'm planning, even in my head, I'm like, okay, I know where the bubble's gonna go. Like, I just have to plan that out. And realistically as well, I always have, like, another... I have another layer. I usually put in my text immediately so that I know how to make my bubbles later. Times New Roman! No, we're not doing that right now. 24.5 is so large. Hello. Starts today after I finish drawing the rib cage. Drawing and the gesture study I do for a half hour every day. Fun! You do a half hour of gesture studies every day and you don't think you're ready? You're crazy. Oh my god! Happy 3rd year anniversary to you and your partner! My fiance and I are coming on 4 years this year. How do you go about sharing work with IRL friends? What it makes you sharing comic spoilers with them? Because then we can talk about it. And then they get excited. When I was younger... Hang on, let me type before I continue going. I probably could have, like, written this instead of typed it. Eh, it's okay. Always keep your font size consistent as well. It's like, try and keep your font size consistent as well. You don't want to, like, have one section be one font size. Also, don't pull and stretch them unless it's for, like, comedic effect or unless, like, you're doing it for a specific reason. It's like, I see that happen a lot too, where people will, like, pull and stretch their text a lot. Don't do that. "12 is so large, though." Hi! I can't stand using 12-point font. 12-point font is huge. I can't do it. On a 6-inch page, 12 is quite large, actually. I'm like, I tend to go default with 10 to 11. Yeah. 12-point is standard for a standard document, not necessarily for comics. Yeah, 11 to 10. 12 is quite large. Yeah, I'm glad you finished a piece. Okay, but yeah, no, I love sharing stuff with my friends because then it's like we can just talk about it. It's always a good time. When I was younger, when I was in 8th grade, like, I used to write a comic, that I would put into, like, I wrote it and I would do it traditionally in, like, a sketchbook, and every day my friends would be like, "Can I have the new page?" And, like, I would show up to class and I'd be like, "Here," and I would hand over my, sketchbook, and, like, every day they would get to read a page or two, and they'd be upset if there was only one page. I'd be like, "I had homework, and we had the same homework," and they're like, "But you couldn't do more than one page?" I remember once I showed up with 6 pages and they were so happy. Like, "Oh my god, 6 pages! There's so much more to read!" But, yeah, it would be like a daily thing. I'd go to school and, like, they'd just want to read it. It's a lot of fun. And then it's like, as well, it's like you should also share your work before it's completed, because then it's like you can have people proofread as well. That's really important. I'm alright. You should drop Tweety Bird and Scooby Doo by memory, and it's pretty accurate. Can I do that now? No, I'm real. See, I'm like, I had a composition for this panel, but I'm like, can I make it more artsy? Probably not. Sort of imposed from imagination. Problem isn't figure drawing, it's mostly environment. Well, that's fine. You'll never know if you're ready if you don't start. Do you think when I started drawing comics, I was like, I don't think I'm ready to start doing this thing, so I'm gonna wait until I started. No! My first comics, I drew them, they were Yoshi and Koopa Troopa with freaking lightning swords, okay? And they went up against evil Mushroom Kingdom characters, alright? I had a comic where Yoshi used, like, a lightning sword and he cut Kamek in half. And I did that when I was 7. Alright? Do what makes you happy. Like the panels stretched off page, yeah. I love these non-boxed in panels. Yoshi Koopa Troopa power scaling? Yes! No, genuinely. Yeah, I was like, maybe I can make this panel more artsy. I'm like, nah, I feel like I can just keep it standard because the rest of these are going to be really artsy. The more serious and, like, more heavy, like, a set of scenes is supposed to be, the artsier the panels gets. 4 Koma is a 4-paneled comic. It comes from, it's a Japanese term. Here, I did a 4 Koma for a comics camp last term. Where are you? There it is. Yeah, so 4 Koma is a 4-paneled comic where it's like, you have, like, the first two, which are like your context, and then there's the panel before the punchline, and then the punchline, right? So it's usually comedic in things. So it's like you have these two characters. This guy's named Saf. This is Loon. It's like, whoa, this is pretty nuts. Thanks, little dude. How'd you come up with it? Me? Nah, this was sent from the gods, man. Really? Oh yeah. I was lying in the park the other day, admiring the view, and boom, voice of Gaia. Beam this masterpiece straight into my noggin. And then Korn shows up. Don't listen to Saf. You didn't hear any gods. Hey man, I was just feeling the nature. They say gods in the grass. You're gods in the grass, alright, but not the kind you walk on. Right? So it's like, you have 3 panels, right? And it kind of gives you a story, and it's like the third one is before the punchline, the fourth one is the punchline. Right? So it's like you kind of, that's sort of how 4 comas are like, panned out. This is Korn's little brother, Loon. Little half-brother. Well, technically just... because Korn is the adopted ones. He's just adopted brother. But yeah. And then Saf, they're just friends. Saffron. Yeah, this was fun. I liked this one. This one was silly. I liked that joke, personally. Thank you. Making Japanese flashcards right now, and kanji is going to be the death of me. I heard you're better than me. I don't know how to speak or write any Japanese. I'm like, I know a couple words because of anime, but that's that's about it. P comedy, thank you. I still think one of my favorite 4 comas, there's a couple. I really loved, there was one for, and I've never been able to find it since, there's one for Full Metal Alchemist, where it's like, spoilers for a decade old, over a decade old manga, but like, he, at one point, like, she made like a 4 coma for like the main villain, where it's like the main thing was he's like, it's like the sky will open up, and when the sun shines down, everything will be whatever, right? And then the third panel is like, weather report for this day. It's cloudy. It's gonna be rainy this day. And then the last panel is just the like villain staring off into the distance. That one was so funny. And then there's one for the Wind Waker, where it's like Link picks up like the bomb fruit. And the King of Lions, the boat, he's like, that's a bomb! It's like, throw it! He's like, quick, throw it into the sea! And Link throws it into the sea. But the boat is in the water, so the final panel is just, like, him right before he gets hit. Hang on, that one I can find for sure. Hang on, Wind Waker for coma. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, because it's like, danger, don't disturb the bomb plant. The sea, throw it into the sea. See, you see what I mean? Like, it's just comedy in 4 panels. It's great. I love this one. This one's so funny. How much outside research do you do for your comic? You may have to do a lot because it leans a lot into history. For mine specifically, like, this one is just gonna be like a 1-page, like, kind of one-off. But, like, for my actual one that I do, that I'm working on right now, not too much because a lot of it is fantasy. But I also have a lot of internal knowledge as well of, like, certain anatomical things and whatnot. But no, mine is very fantastical, so like I don't actually have a lot of research that goes in. The old one that I worked on, Grayson, that one had a lot more research. And I didn't do enough because there's a lot that's wrong in that one. But so yeah, I would have to retcon a lot if I was to redo that comic again. For the 3rd time. Oh, Grayson. I still think, listen, that story is still pretty good. I got really burnt working on it. You should do a lot of research, though, realistically. Here's another thing. When you're planning out your panels, you don't have to do what I do and draw, like, full figures and stuff. It's totally fine to just do, like, stick figure sketches and stuff. Me? No. This makes it so I only have to do one sketch pass and then I can jump straight into lines. It's faster. Normally I'm faster than this as well because I'm not trying to talk to people either. Or speak on my process or anything like that. Eyes to con looking into. Usually it's by standard. I always pick this one or this one. Is usually how I go about it, because those ones are the closest ones to the eye socket. So usually when I draw other people looking at cricket, I'm like, I pick one or the two. Full-length graphic novel, write in prose or script, and if script with or without specific panel numbering. Oh god, if you want to do panel numbering, like, you can. I usually do prose and then I pick a line or two that I want. If there's, like, something, if, like, I come up with a joke on the spot, or if there's, like, a line that I think is really cute, then I write that specific line down. But, like, usually all that I have is, like, just a general layout, and then, like, you draw it in. But realistically, you should be very meticulous with it. If you want, Paula, I can send you how I plan if I haven't already. Like, I can send you my document so you can see kind of just the level that I plan at. Immature or green. Hey, you know what? English has a lot of, like, cards like that too. Like, a lot of, like, English has a lot of words like that too. We're kind of weird about it. Like, to be fair, like, we have tear and tear. One is a rip. The other is something that comes out of your eyes. Trying to write my characters, just stick with the write what you know principles. It helps ground my story. It helps a lot, yeah, to take inspiration from what you know, or to, like, write. I also love to write characters that are based on people that I know as well. It's like that tends to help too. So many. Bat, bark, kind, match, mean, rock. Yup. What are they doing? They are staring at each other lovingly. They are staring at each other platonically. They are staring... Oh. Hello? Uh-oh. Whoopsie doodle. Dog. Why? Oh my god, dude. What is this? Oh my god. Yep, it's just my PC. Don't know why. Oh! Actually, we might be back. We might actually be back. My thing is green again. Hello? Testing. I might actually be back. Wait. Hold the phone. Ah! I think we're... Hi. Hello. Can we hear me? We're back? Are we back? Loud and clear? Okay. Ooh, okay. It's not the most stable, but it's good enough. Type 1 in chat when you hear this. Okay, perfect. Good. Okay, good. We're back. We're so back. Good enough. Alright, let's go. Thank you. Anyway. They're so platonic. Where were we? Oh yes, talking about our very platonic characters here. Just bros. Dudes being bros. Just... Cricket's not even a dude. Cricket is everything and nothing at the same time. You don't need to keep typing 1 in chat. Thank you. For those who did. It's like, oh yes, where were we? Yes, platonic activities. That's correct. Yeah. You guys don't need to keep playing. It's okay. You're good. You're literally good. Technically make Takan pansexual. Takan, my lovely fiance, are you here? You lost audio. No, that's not okay. Hold on. Wait. Hello? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, refresh. Don't. That's so weird. Okay. The voices in my head make me da 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 da. Okay, magnificent. Yeah, wonderful. You can join in the conversation about these very platonic people. Hello? Paula? Okay, excellent. Is my fiance still here? Love? My love? I don't think he's here. That's okay. My fiance said that, so Takan is his character. He has made Takan labelless. He does not really have a label for his sexuality. Just bros giving each other a goodnight kiss. Yeah. As all bros do. You don't kiss the homies goodnight? That's some H. You should. Let the homies know they're loved. This hand is actually incorrect. Let's fix that. That's what I'm always saying. Yes. I might only be able to do the sketch for this because I've decided to do a complicated one because I can't help myself. When I kiss my homies, good night, society! Society calls me gay! I can hear that too. That's good. Just realized I'm like, I didn't know what level of clothes I was gonna put them at, but I should probably, to make YouTube happy. Don't worry, one of them is wearing a shirt. It's okay, guys. Takan just never wears shirts. That's not even a joke. It just doesn't. Cricket is always in some kind of sweater, usually. Or complicate drawings, my sketchbook, even before I was decent at drawing. Hey, you know what? That's the fun part, though. Oh, LOL. It just went live a couple weeks ago that one of my other D&D characters that I play on like an actual streamed show, it was just you know what, actually, if anybody's gonna watch it, I guess I won't say, but something dastardly happened, and it's live now, and some of the people are pinging me. They're like, why? It's funny having a live audience. Society calls me gay. Frey is here. Everybody say hi to Atrocity in chat. Point at Frey and say hello. Frey is one of the other players in this campaign with Cricket and Takan. Vesper has nothing to do with their relationship, though. I do, actually. Hang on. Everybody point! Everybody point at Atrocity. That's Frey. When drawing things that are, like, completely new. I'm slower when I draw things that are new, but I'm still quite fast. It's like, I'm not, like, I don't hesitate. I just kind of, like, observe for a couple seconds, and then I have to go in. Frey plays Vesper with this group of characters. Vesper has had some banger lines recently. Points really loudly. I might make the text smaller again. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't make the text 9 point. I like to make it 9 point though. 9 point is my favorite. Like, I like making it 9 point font. It's just nice and small. I'm like, I like the font being tiny. I can't find the point emoji. It's okay. You don't need to find it. You can just say point like some people do. Yeah, I like 9 point font. I like it. So this, like, single word at the end, this is called a widow. A widower. If I remember correctly, I think that's what it's called. You usually don't want to do that. Sometimes you have no choice. And I'm like, if I was to balance this out, it wouldn't look nice. So it's easier just to keep it as a widower. Third World Cricket and Takan ones. See, they're not, here's the thing. In actual canon, they're not even together yet. We're at the beginning of the campaign. They're not even romantically inclined. Like, it's like Cricket very clearly has a crush on Takan, but Takan, he's there. And everybody knows that Cricket likes Takan. Like that's like an established thing. Like, everyone kind of just knows, except for Takan. And it's hilarious. Takan is just really touchy, and he just doesn't realize what he's doing half the time because he's just like that. So a lot of the time, he will just pick up Cricket a lot. Or, like, will touch Cricket, or will, like, hold Cricket in a lot of different ways. Yes! Takan has a 9 int. Takan is, yes. Very himbo-coded. The last time Vesper made, like, a third wheel joke, it was, like, Takan just really wanted to race Vesper's, like, elk, celestial elk. And to make it fair for the elk, he, like, took Cricket and piggybacked Cricket while he ran. And then, like, when they got to where they wanted to go, he just kept on carrying Cricket. And Vesper said to, like, an NPC, she was like, I heard the term third wheeling somewhere, and I think I finally understand it. It was so funny. Genuinely. I might either just send you guys the sketch of this one, or I might finish it off stream. So then you guys can, like, see the finished thing. I don't know, what do you guys want? Would you prefer me to just, because I'm definitely not getting to lines by the end of stream. Would you guys prefer me to finish it off stream, or are you okay with just the sketch? Like, what are we feeling? Put a poll. Zipporah, Kevin, whichever one is around, if you please. If your heart desires. I'm asking y'all, though. Yes, my mods. I'm calling on mods. Okay. Was the Discord link invalid? That's crazy. You want me to finish it off screen? Finish it, indulge. Frey, for those who don't know, has on several occasions pressured me to create an Ita bag of these two. For the love of the game. You want the finished version? Just better really teaching using vision. One out both. True. I mean, you guys would see the finished sketch regardless, but... No, it's alright. It seems like everybody wants me to finish it off screen anyway, which I can do. Okay, sounds good. Ita bags are so cute. I have tons of Ita bags. I just don't have any character-specific ones. Like, all of mine are very, like, finish them. Yeah, true. Alright, I will. Hang on. I gotta rethink how I'm doing this one. This is a harder facial angle. To a corn Ita bag? Ita bags are ITA, by the way. ITA bag. Heavy leaf underneath. It's an Ita bag. So Ita bags, if you look it up, Ita bags are usually, like, they are bags, shoulder bags, backpacks, things that have, like, little, like, plastic windows on them. So it's, like, if you, like, put pins on, or if you put on charms, or, like, things like that, they're protected by that little window. I can see I'm making the mouth smaller, but it's like that means that I'm making the teeth disproportionate, which is like, that's not good. I need one of those. I have so many, dude. Like, I think all of my bags, except for like some of my everyday like totes, are Ita bags. Like my backpack that I take to my tattooing apprenticeship, like that one is like that one's a huge Ita backpack. That I take everywhere and like holds all my tattooing supplies. It's so nice. I love an Ita bag. Be cute. It would be cute. See, I'm being smart this time. I'm not drawing in everything that I don't need. Frey has an Ita bag dedicated to Vesper, and I'm like, it's really cute. I'm like, ugh. Crossbody versions? Tons of crossbody versions. Yeah. I love a good crossbody as well, so I understand. So while I'm sketching as well, while I'm drawing, I am, like, still constantly thinking of, like, where I'm gonna put the bubbles. Like, where am I gonna put, like, some of this text? Where am I gonna... What do I think is gonna get erased? What is gonna stay? What do I think can be, like, omitted? That kind of thing. And I am drawing in each panel with that thought process in mind. And I have it in my head. I'm like, okay, it's like, where should these things go? Hands on the table, chat. That's so funny. Hands on the table. Y'all are funny. You're so funny. No, I just figured I'd indulge today. I felt self-indulgent today. I haven't been on one of these streams in a while. I forgot how all over the place the topics are. Oh, yeah. You think I stick to one topic? You're hilarious. What's the point in that? There's no fun in that. There's literally no fun in that. I'm like, I say learning things sometimes, but most of the time we're talking about the very platonic people that are on screen, or like video games as a like the newest game of the year, Wokadachi Life, or like dude, I'm so excited for Tomodachi Life. Dude, it's gonna be so good. The memes from the Tomodachi Life for the 3DS were so good. I cannot imagine the Switch version. There have already been such good things coming out. I'm so excited. Wokadachi Life. Woketendo is so back. Some days we simply must indulge. Indeed. Makes me want to boot up my 3DS version. Real. See, I didn't actually play it on the 3DS, but I loved seeing other people play it. It looked like fun. Somehow more unhinged than The Sims. Somehow. Hello, welcome in. You've never heard of Tomodachi Life? You're missing out. No. So see what I mean by like having text take you across the screen, right? Take you across the composition, right? It's like we start from this side, have a tail that crosses over, so you get a whole feeling of the panel, right? Oh my god. See, it doesn't even need to be perfect, I'm just... Right, so there's a nice sweeping motion that goes across the whole thing. I really shouldn't erase completely the behind here, just to make it easier to see the text. Because I don't like erasing what is directly behind the text in full, because then it's easier to line if I can see what's going on behind there, but it's harder to read, so it's... Because people are watching me right now, I will make it easier for you guys to read what's going on back here. How's homework doing? I don't have homework anymore. I have a job. This is my job. I get paid to do this. The job jump scare, yeah, genuinely. Ever nervous showing your art to friends? Nope. That's the... I feel like a lot of things people are like, oh, it's like you're so like, talented or whatever. No, this is the special thing about me, I feel. I've never had that kind of anxiety. It's big reason why I've never had a problem like teaching people or like streaming to people. I'm like, I have always been extremely open with my art. Like, to me, I've always treated, like, drawing like a performance as well. So I'm, like... I remember when I was getting my driver's license, and, like, while I was waiting for them to, like, give me the sheets of paper, I was waiting for my ticket to get called so I could go up to the desk. Like, I was sitting on the floor, like, drawing in my sketchbook, and, like, people would just, like, gather around and watch me draw. And I was just, like, they would ask me questions, and I would answer them. Like... yeah. I get art block a lot. It's not that I don't have motivation, I just have no idea. Got any tips for that? Consume media. Get inspired. The only way that you're gonna get, like, inspiration is if you have things that are inspiring you. And the best ways to get inspired are by letting other artists inspire you. So consume media. Play games, watch shows, watch movies, stuff like that. Draw more of my sketchbook, yeah. But yeah, no, I never had any problem. I've always been very confident with my work. Back when I was in high school, my thing is that, like, the best way for me to pay attention is if I'm doing more than one thing at once. Like, if I'm drawing at the same time, then I would pay attention in class better. So my teachers informed my parents informed my teachers about that. And, like, my high school teachers were like, okay, sounds good. My math teacher, I loved her. She, at one point, came up to me and she was like, so, I noticed you draw a lot in class. I was like, yes. And she goes, I'll let you keep doing that if you let me look through your sketchbook. And I was like, okay. Like, no hesitation. I was like, okay. Because I didn't care. I was like, go for it. And it'd be really funny. It'd be, like, sometimes, like she would have the lesson and then we would do, like, work for the rest of class. And, like, sometimes I would go to the bathroom and I would come back and, like, she would be sitting in my desk and, like, she would be, like, flipping through my sketchbook. And I remember once I came back and she, like, saw me and she flipped back a couple pages. She was like, I really like this one. I was like, thanks, miss. You know? True, picking a good topic to study is also a good way to get over your art block. Yeah. Sometimes you just want to pick something to study. I wouldn't let someone touch my sketchbook while I'm, like, showing my work. No, I wouldn't care. Sketchbooks are meant to get messed up. So, like, mine were always really, like, banged up and messy. Yeah, the messier the sketchbook, the better. Sketchbooks are meant to be messed up. You know it's a good sketchbook when it looks like it could fall apart. I've always loved a thicker tail. I feel like we draw a lot of whip-like tails, and I'm like... And I also think that whip-like tails are cool, but I'm like, I'm very much a believer in chunkier tails. Yeah, they've got a tail. They're a tiefling. Yeah. Inking always needed in comics. I mean, here's the thing with comics too, is that comics, whenever I teach comics, like, it's so interesting because realistically comics are such an open art form that it's like there is really no right or wrong way to draw a comic. Like, there is no correct or incorrect style because it's just narrative art. Like, you are just telling a story via your art. So as long as it's readable, who cares what the style is? Realistically, I encourage you to be as, like, weird as you can with comics. Especially in this, like, day and age. Hello! Especially in this, like, day and age of, like, the same, like, company-made, like, webtoon manhwa. Like, I was actually just talking to my best friend about this. Like, we kind of, like, comics have become so same because of, like, webtoon and, like, scroller-style comics that we're losing, like, the art form of, like, the online webcomic. And, like, and how much freedom we have with this, like, format, that it's, like, it is making our compositions and our, like, creativity more limited because people are, like, trying to fit comics into a box. And I'm, like, realistically, I work very traditionally, right? Like, the way that I work with comics, the way that I draw them is very, very traditional. But it's, like, I'm seeing, like, such a lack of creativity from, like, very common, like, webcomic spaces because of, like, the, like, over-polished expectation from like, the greater public, which is, like, it's so lame, dude. Bring back my Dadaism in my comic work, you know? Thank you. Leather to EVA film. That's so fun. I love people who make their own sketchbooks. I actually love Spiral Bound. I cannot stand a spine because it's like it's so stuck in place and I can't deal with it. Tips for the box sizes? Frankly, I just kind of eyeball it. Unfortunately, I have no better answer for you than that. I like the spine now, so I can draw over to the next page. That's fair. I know some people who like it for that. I just can't, like, I like to, like, fold my sketchbook in on itself, and you can't do that with a spine. Like, it's like I like to wrap it all the way around. Any tips on coloring and shading? We've got other videos and streams about that. Just make sure you know your values. That's the important bit. Speed Troubles behind. Yep, so it's behind part of Cricket here, right? So it's behind Cricket, but it's on top of their tail, right? So again, think of, like, you can think of your speech bubbles like they're actually part of the space, right? So it's like some things will be in the foreground, some things will be in the background. So it's like you can slot it between different parts of the middle ground, of the foreground, and the background. Who's giving you these lines? My brain! My favorite generative program is my brain! I like to write, if you couldn't tell. I like making comics. Do you think when drawing comics, color is needed? No, never. Like, if you want to add in color, you can. If you don't want to add color, you don't have to. Again, comics are such, like, an open, like, very, very, very non-conformist sort of, like, art medium. This looks so cute. Thank you. My favorites. I'm very normal about them. As long as it's readable. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, you see how I do panels? You shouldn't do it this way. You should, like, plan and stuff. But nope, it's all in the noggin for me. My favorite program is my brain. Yeah, I'm an AI. Authentic intelligence, actually. I'm actually extremely smart. I'm actually the smartest person ever. I'm actually freaking crazy. I actually have the biggest brain of all time. I'm actually... actually, I think... Actually, yeah. I'm the best. No, that added to the fact that you didn't write it in at first. That added to the comedy. No, that made it better. Pollen season. Ew, pollen season. Literally. I literally hate pollen season. I become allergic to the world. Okay, but yes, I'm probably not going to be able to get anywhere past the sketching stage during stream. I'll finish this off stream so you guys can see the end. What this would look like. We're brain rotted. We're brain rotted as a society. We're brain rotted. It's over. We're literally so done. The world is ending. It's over. It's literally over, chat. Hi! The OCs, no. Only the one with 10 eyes is. So Cricket is mine. And the one in chat right there, Scarecrow Sketch, this is his character. So these are our D&D characters. How did you come about doing eyes and the horns for your character? It's such a fascinating design choice. Really like it. Thank you. This was a design choice that this was a design that I made back in high school. I'm actually reusing it. I don't know why I did it. That'd be cool. Frankly though, it's like, Cricket is like part demon. So it's like, I was like, what's more demonic looking than 10 eyes, you know? I really wanted them to feel very, like, a little scary. But also it juxtaposes with the fact that Cricket is the, like, gentlest, like, cutest guy. But no, I came up with the 10 eyes back when I was 17, maybe? I had a different set of characters at one point. I called them the Demon Daycare, and the idea was it was like there were these like little demon children, and the daycare workers were the only humans in the entire series because they're broke and they needed money. It's like a pair of college students, and it was like one of the girls had like the eyes on her horns. I could probably find it. It was horns with eyes. Well, no, yes, you're right. So they have like, so like where their eye sockets should be, they have like 10 eyes. It's just a little guy. Yeah, Cricket is 5 foot flat. I could show you like Cricket in full color. While I look for this other one. Yeah, Cricket looks like this. So this is Cricket. So they have like 10 eyes. And you see it's like where the horns are. It's like directly in like the eye socket. Yeah, this is Cricket. This is my Tiefling war cleric. They're silly. They're so cute. But yeah, their design is from, like... They're based... Yeah, I mean, they're part, like, fiend. Like, they're part demon, so it's like they don't have, like, the natural skin tone of, like, a human. So their father's the human and their mother is the demon. Dad looks like... Dad is missing. Dad looks like this. So this is Kingsley. Kingsley's Cricket's human father. So if you actually color pick directly from the hair, it's the exact same color. And then, like, I also, like, mimicked the hair swoop a little bit from the two of them. Yeah, so Kingsley's missing. Like, this was his original design when I first designed Kingsley a few years ago. Because Kingsley originally was my warlock. He was my great old one warlock. And then I never got to play him, and I was like, I still want to use this character, so I did use him. Rose Demons, yeah! The shepherd outfit. Oh, yeah, no, they got a new outfit recent. I see the mom. Unfortunately, there are players from the campaign in the chat right now, so I cannot show you Mother, because Mom is still a secret to the campaign players. But Mama has several different designs. They have a total of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different forms that I designed. Frey's character, Vesper, has seen one of the forms. Nobody else has seen any of the others. Is this a ship? Yeah. Listen, D&D is great because then if you are in a romantic relationship in real life, then you can romance your partner again. And that's what I plan to do. Because I would love to romance my fiance again, personally. So... Oh, why is it so big? Ah. What the heck? How'd that happen? Flirt twice, win twice. Easy peasy. No, their romance is actually going to be really angsty and really sad, but it's going to be awesome. It's going to be frickin' sick. Chiken's crying anytime Takan does something. He could be standing and just gets discretion. No, it's not aggression. It's cuteness. Emotion. And that's literally not true. The last time I was like, oh, Takan was literally whining about not being able to eat Tanghulu. He was literally whimpering like a dog, okay? Like, I can't be like, oh no, poor baby. I cannot not be like that. That escalated quickly. No, so there's a whole backstory with this. So Takan is from, like, a tribe in the Feywild. And he doesn't understand the concept of love. Like, he doesn't understand. Because to him, all that marriage is for is just to continue on, like, the species. Is to continue on the people. So it's like, it'll be a thing for a time where it's like he just doesn't understand, like, feeling romantic feelings at all. Okay, Tomodachi life is different. You literally, in Wokadachi life, you literally teased him with a box of nachos for a little bit, and he was trying to grab them out of the air. This poor boy! Like, he was hungry! He wanted the nachos! I love angst, me too! It's gonna be great! It's gonna be awesome! question asked if you'd always start your comics with establishing shot. Oh, I didn't see that. No. You don't have to. Like, it's recommended, like, especially if you're, like, just starting the comic. Like, you should, but, like, you don't have to. If you don't want to. But, like, you could. It's the traditional way to start it. But maybe you choose not to. Okay, I want to at least finish the sketch on stream, so if I have to go overtime by a little bit, then so be it. Just me. Yeah, I love seeing people who, like, I love seeing how people perceive cricket gender-wise. It's fun. Some people see them as more masc. Some people see them as more femme. Some people see them as anything in between. And you are all correct. That's the magic. I literally almost went, that's the beauty of the gaycation, and that's such a niche. Like, that's so niche. I don't know. Like, Hi, Frey! That's the beauty of the gaycation. It's so niche. It's so niche. It's so... I know. I can... It's a Reddit story. Don't worry about it. Don't know the gaycation lore. That's okay. You can find people reading about the gaycation. Hello, am I to the party? Stream is like almost done. I'm sorry. You're very late to the party, actually. I don't even know what cricket is. I'm not really attached to them. Thank you. As you should be. Cricket's my baby. That's who cricket is. They're my baby. So I have it for a moment. That life killed me. Oh, did it? Excellent. Sorry. No, it shouldn't. Hopefully you're not dead. That's crazy. What the heck? It's okay. The bald bits are getting cut off. It's just, I'm just erasing it. Takan is actually very not bald. Takan has, like, the most hair of the party. Like, here. I can show you finished Takan as well. He has a lot of hair. Where is our boy? There he is. Yeah, Takan has a lot of hair. Like, it goes all the way down here. He just pulls it back into a really tight ponytail, is all. But no, he's got a lot of hair. This is our Goliath monk, Takan. He's a big boy. He's the tallest of the party, but he's short for a Goliath. He's short for a Goliath, so he always says that he's short. Takan is spelled T-I-K-A-A-N. Takan. Why? Why do you always... What? So a short, tall person. Exactly, exactly. The joke, too, is it's like... we have Takan, who is very short for his species, and Shifra, who is very tall for her species. Takan is still the tallest of the party. Shifra is still the shortest of the party, because Shifra's a halfling. So Shifra is like 4'3" or something. Or just like 4 foot flat or something. Like she's very tall for her species, but she's still the shortest of the party. Cricket is the second shortest at 5 foot tall. But Takan is the tallest at 6'3", but that's very short for a Goliath. So it's see, he's little for the Goliath species, but he's still very large. And then Shifra is very tall for the halfling species, but she's still very short. And then Cricket is just short because I thought it'd be funny if I made them short. For the record, the people who have been here for long enough to also know Corn, Cricket is shorter than Corn. So just to put that into perspective. As tall as Cricket. Fire! I spelled all this right. Okay, good. I know he's a big boy now. Well, that's the thing, is that, like, even, like the Corn that I'm drawing in, like, the comic that I'm doing for him, he's 5'2". Like, he's no giant in that comic. He's still taller than Cricket. Hello. Neither of this is Photoshop. Which, no. Not in this scene. I have enough art of them smooching. Not this one. Yes, we are going overtime because I want to at least finish the sketch for you guys. Which is not tall. Yeah, no, it's not tall. 6'4" is very tall. Where are those arts? Actually, can you? I need proof. Where are those arts where they are smooching? Perhaps I need the. Perhaps I need the proof. It's a secret. Hello. Deceived, yeah. No, not this one. It's a very tall 5'3". I say it extremely tall. True. I've essentially been I've essentially been teasing chat with this comic page for the past 2 hours, so I need proof they kiss. Here's the thing, is that they actually don't kiss. They haven't kissed, nor are they even in a relationship in canon right now. Like, realistically, in canon as well, it's like, Tikan doesn't really feel anything to Cricket romantically, and Cricket does not want to pursue anything with Tikan despite having a crush on him. They hugged once. They did hug once. And Tikan does, in fact, carry Cricket a lot. Tikan picks up Cricket a lot. Tikan is, in fact, engaged. Yeah. He's in an arranged marriage, at the moment. And it was like, it was early campaign where it was like asked, because they learned it's like, oh, you're in an arranged marriage, and it was like, everyone was like, do you want to get married? And his only answer so far has been, it's what's right, or it's what has to be done. To which Cricket replied with, you didn't answer my question. Yeah. No, they're gonna be, like, this is gonna be angsty. Like, this is gonna be tragic. I don't think you guys understand the level of angst and, like, tragedy this is gonna be. It's gonna be awesome. Well, not even tragedy. It's just gonna be, it's really angsty is what it's gonna be. Sometimes we gotta make fan and stuff of our OC. Here's the thing! Is it's not always gonna be fanning. Here's the deal, right? Is they are planned endgame. The road is just gonna be really rocky. Like, really rocky. He's gonna have to fight a lot of things, babe. Later on. He's gonna have to deal with a lot of things. Emotionally. As long as one doesn't die, I'm the healer, so, that's my job! Yeah, no, it's gonna be really angsty. It's gonna be really awesome. Emotional trauma's best hormone. Oh yeah. No, I remember talking about it with Crow and chat with my fiance, and I was like, we were talking about like the concept, and he was like, just that's so sad, and I was like, oh, you bet it's sad. Oh, you bet so. You bet it is. Oh, wait. Okay, hang on. I'm pretty much done writing, but there was a moment in we played a session. So usually hang on. Ugh. But there was a moment cuz usually we play online, like we play over Discord. But this holiday we all played in person cuz we all like our whole party was in person. And we all played like an in-person session, and like there was a point where like Takan was really angry about another party member, and like he wanted to separate from the group, so he did. And he was like, some of you can stay with me if you want, or you can go to the other party member. He was like, I don't care, I just don't want to be around them, and everyone was like, okay. And like Cricket really didn't want to leave him alone, so Cricket went to stay with him. Everyone else went to go with the other party member. Cricket stayed with him overnight at like a separate camp. And like they all woke up, and it was like only Cricket was there. And Cricket like got up and was like I'm gonna go find the others. And so they got up and left. And like Takan was like nobody stayed with me, and that we have Takan has a little familiar. The familiar is named Putty, and Putty was there with Takan, and Takan was like, nobody stayed with me, and Putty was like, Cricket stayed, and Takan was like, Cricket said it was just for like the rules, it's just to make sure that nobody stays alone. And Putty was like, sometimes people don't speak in Common or in Sylvan, they don't speak in a language that is like defined by words. Sometimes people speak in the language of love. And I was like, oh! And keep in mind, that's our DM. I came up with that. I was like, ow. Bro. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm really normal. Actually, I'm really normal. Actually, I'm really sentient and really normal, and I'm really like, I'm actually completely fine. I'm actually super calm. I'm a very calm, very normal person. Yeah. Ugh. That'll be great. I personally rest easy that it is going, like, this is planned end game. They are going to end up together. Like, that is the plan. The road is just going to be really rocky. It's going to be great, though. I'm excited, personally. But alright, friends. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I'm going to finish this off stream. You guys will have this as a completed illustration a little bit later. I'm going to decide whether I want to make it in full color or if I want to just do it in black and white. I might actually just do it in black and white. I'll see if I can work with that. But if you don't know too much about me, don't know too much about the channel, hey, WayneCanvas.com. Check out the classes that we have. We have various classes that you can really only sign up to if you become a member. So check out Patreon, check out School for different memberships that are available, different tiers and whatnot. But this file that you see in front of you, that will be available on our Discord for free. So you'll be able to see this and the lesson when both of them are complete. Well, I'll upload the sketch, and then you guys can have the Bubbles lesson as well. You can just take that immediately if you'd like. And then I'll have the finished one available for you guys later. Okay. I forgot to check what's happening later. This Monday, you guys are with Faye. Faye's gonna be roasting your anatomy this Monday. And I'm not too sure after that, because I don't see any of the streams that are planned. So, this coming Monday, you guys have Faye, and she'll be roasting your anatomy for those of you who submitted. But all right. Thank you all so much for joining me today. And I'll see y'all when I see you. Au revoir. Bye-bye.